Hello friends, myself Deepak Gupta, signing on this platform of CollegeDekho.com, specialized platform, specialized online coaching platform for the BCom, BBA and other undergraduate students. And in this series of commerce papers, today we are picking up the topic income from salary from the very important BCom paper, BBA paper, that is income tax law and practice. So out of this paper, the one and the most important question which is always there in your paper is the calculation of income under the head salaries. So we are conducting a series of demo sessions so that you are convinced about the quality that we will be providing, and we hope to see you on our platform. So keeping up with the pace, today in this third session specialized for salary, we will be focusing our attention on pension. So we will understand how the pension works, how it is the taxability, and what is the basic logic about the receival of pension by an employee from the employer. What I'm saying that ideally when we talked about salary, then there are two parties. The one party which we use the word employer, and the other party which is providing services, that is the employee. So we discussed that there has to be a employer employee contract, and that contract has to be contract of employment, and please note the word, it is of employment and not for employment. So if there is contract of employment, then there is an employer employer relationship, and in return of the services of the employee to the employer provides him salary. That is salary that we have to discuss. So what is happening here? You provide services as an employee and you receive salary from the employer. But once you are done with your services, that is you are superannuating, you are retiring, or if somebody has died, then his family will always be there. So because of the past services of the employee to the employer, there is an obligation both ethically and legally to provide certain amount monthly to the employee if he is retiring, or to his legal hires if the employee has died, which will be given for a particular period. So at the moment we are not focusing for what period it will be received, but let's presume that the pension is, or this payment is perpetual, presumed to be perpetual. So when you work and then you receive salary, but when you are retiring and after that you are not providing any services and still you are getting a monthly payment like salary, that is where we use the word pension. So for example, if a person has retired, that is the date of retirement is say 31st December 2021. So before that he was receiving salary. On retirement, he will get a lump sum payment, which we use the word gratuity as discussed earlier. And after that, he will start receiving monthly pension, which is like salary, though the amount is quite less as compared to the salary. So this date of retirement falls in the previous year 2020 2021. Is that so? No, because we told that every previous year has to start from 1st April. So this previous year is 21-22, that is for the period from 1st April 21 to 31st March 22, and the income will be taxed in the assessment year that is relevant for the period, that is 22 and 23. So what is happening that in this previous year, the period of 12 months, because you are retiring on 31st December, so for the first 9 months, for the period of April to December, you will receive salary, and whether those different constituents are taxable or not, that we have partially discussed and partially we will discuss in the sessions to come. And for the remaining 3 months, you will be receiving pension. So we are receiving monthly pension. The point is that whatever pension you are receiving, it has to be monthly. But the problem here is that in comparison to the amount of salary received, the pension is quite less. So what some people believe that what some people believe that because the amount is so less, which may not be of much use to you, so some people want that whatever amount you are going to receive in future, or I should say whatever amount जो भी पैसा एम्प्लॉयर एम्प्लॉय को देगा रिटायरमेंट के बाद, और वो क्योंकि परपेचुअल है, तो क्यों ना वो आप फ्यूचर में ना देके उसके बिहाफ पर एक लमसम पेमेंट मेरे को आप ऑन द डेट ऑफ रिटायरमेंट दे दो। क्या मतलब कि जो आपकी मंथली पेंशन है जो आपको फ्यूचर में मिलनी है, तो आप डेट ऑफ रिटायरमेंट पर या उसके बाद किसी भी आपकी चॉइस की डेट पर यू गिव एन ऑफर टू द एम्प्लॉयर दैट इंस्टेड ऑफ गिविंग दिस मंथली पेंशन ओवर द लाइफ, यू जस्ट गिव मी अ लमसम पेमेंट एज ऑन द डेट। So from financial point of view, this amount which is going to be received for a particular period, which will normally be equal, constitutes annuity. And if we presume that the life is unlimited and the pension is limited to for the life of the employee, so n is not known. So if n is not known, that is the n is infinite, then we use the word that this annuity with n infinite becomes perpetuity। क्या मैं कहना चाह रहा हूँ कि आप रिटायर हुए, आपको लगता है कि आप 5,000 रुपये पर महीना मिलेगा और वो आपको आपकी लाइफ तक मिलेगा, तो 5,000 पर मंथ की परपेचुटी बन गई। सो बेस्ड ऑन द कैलकुलेशन ऑफ financial management time value of money, the present value of this perpetuity should be the amount that that a employee can receive in total in the beginning of the perpetuity। दैट इज जब आप रिटायर हुए या उसके बाद कभी भी आप वो जो फ्यूचर परपेचुअल पेमेंट्स हैं उनकी इक्विवेलेंट प्रेजेंट वैल्यू आप लमसम के तौर पर आज ले सकते हो। तो फाइनेंशियल पॉइंट ऑफ व्यू से व्हेन वी टॉक वी यूज द वर्ड प्रेजेंट वैल्यू ऑफ द फ्यूचर परपेचुटी, बट फ्रॉम टैक्सेशन पॉइंट ऑफ व्यू वी से कि आपने सारी की सारी फ्यूचर की पेमेंट्स को लमसम आज ले लिया, सो वी यूज द वर्ड कम्यूटेशन। व्हाट द वर्ड इज कम्यूटेशन। तो हम ये कहते हैं कि आपने अपनी मंथली पेंशन को आज की डेट में कम्यूट करवा लिया। सो दिस पेंशन कैन आइदर बी मंथली और इट कैन बी लमसम। So how this lump sum pension is calculated, that is not a part of our tax, that is a part of time value of money, financial management. But as a tax personnel, they constitutes two different kind of payments. This lump sum payment is also known as commuted pension, and this monthly payment is also known as uncommuted, is also known as uncommuted pension, is also known as uncommuted pension. So what the law says that this uncommuted pension is fully taxable like basic salary, but this commuted pension for various reasons enjoys exemption like gratuity under section 10 subsection 10A. So basically when an employee is retiring, now मैं अपनी बात को अब किसी एग्जाम्पल या डाटा से क्लियर करता हूँ कि हम एक एग्जाम्पल क्रिएट करते हैं कि मिस्टर एक्स रिटायर्ड on 31st December 2021 from X Limited and was entitled to a monthly pension of rupees 15,000 per month. But he commuted 50% of such pension। मैं फिगर बढ़ा देता हूँ कंपटीशन की। हम ये बोलते हैं कि उन्होंने 3/4 ऑफ सच पेंशन for rupees 7,50,000. ठीक है, ऑन, और कब कम्यूट किया ये उन्होंने? 1 फरवरी 2022. He was receiving salary at the rate 35,000 per month till retirement. तो मैं अपने पहले कहे गए डाटा, पहले गए जो मैंने समझाया आपको उन शब्दों को वर्ड्स में इस तरह एक्सप्रेस कर रहा हूँ कि ये डेट ऑफ रिटायरमेंट है इस एम्प्लॉय की, तो दैट इज 31st December 2021. Before that he was receiving salary, by default it is basic salary, that is 35,000 per month. When he retired he was entitled to a monthly pension of 15,000 per month, but he received the pension for 1 month, that is the January, but he realized that this pension is not going to serve his kitchen purposes, so he asked the employer to commute the future pension to be received. An employer offered that if you commute, then how much is to be commuted, that is bound by certain legal obligations and with the choice of the employer and employee. But as per the question, because 3/4 of the pension has been commuted, it means from February onwards he will not receive 15,000 but only the uncommuted part, and that uncommuted part, that is 1/4 of 15,000, that is 3,750 will be received. So in a way, he was entitled to a pension of 15,000, but now he will receive only 3,750 per month because he has commuted it for a lump sum payment or in this amount, which is 7,50,000. So he is receiving 7,50,000 on the date of commutation. So what this Mr. X is receiving, that for the first 9 months he received basic salary, that is 9 into 35,000, and this figure comes out to be, if you calculate 945, so I think this comes out to be 3,15,000. He is also entitled to pension for the remaining 3 months, but for the first month he received the full pension of 15,000 because the computation was done with effect from 1st February, and from February and March they received a pension of 3,750. So this total pension received is 22,500. So this denotes the uncommuted pension, and this uncommuted pension is fully taxable. This uncommuted pension is fully taxable, but in addition he also received one more pension, that is of 7,50,000, and this pension of 7,50,000 denotes the commuted pension, which is exempt under section 1010A, and this basic salary, as discussed in the first session, this was fully taxable. So until we are able to calculate the exemption, we cannot calculate the gross salary of Mr. X. So the gross salary will be equal to 3,15,000 plus 22,500 plus the taxable part of the commuted pension. What is this? The taxable part of commuted pension. Now that will be calculated when received में से आप exemption minus करोगे. So how is that exempt? That is what we have to discuss. So if we underline the provisions of section 1010A. So before I move on, I hope I'm able to make you understand what is pension, what are the different kinds of pension, and what is the taxability of uncommuted part, which is fully taxable, and the commuted part that we are going to discuss. So if I again summarize it here in a flowchart basis, that pension if uncommuted, that is monthly pension. So such uncommuted pension will be fully taxable. And if there is any kind of commuted pension, then there is bound to be exemption under section 10 subsection 10A, and this exemption depends upon, like gratuity, the nature of the employment. So first there will be government employees, and these other two are the non-government employees. And if you remember the last session of gratuity, we clarified the definition of government employees. So in case of gratuity, government employee means the employees of central government, the employees of state government, and the employees of local authority. But this definition of government employees has been extended to provide more exemption for the commuted pension of the government employees. That is, the definition has been extended to the statutory corporations. For example, or I should say, what are statutory corporations? Which are created by the special act of parliament, जैसे कि LIC. LIC एक्ट है, उससे क्रिएट किया गया. तो जो भी किसी स्पेशल एक्ट ऑफ पार्लियामेंट से क्रिएट हुआ है, RBI कह सकते हैं, तो जितने ये स्टैट्यूटरी कॉर्पोरेशंस हैं, उसके एम्प्लॉयज़ जो थे वो ग्रेचुटी में गवर्नमेंट एम्प्लॉय की श्रेणी में काउंट नहीं हुए थे. दे वर कवर्ड बाय द ग्रेचुटी एक्ट. But in the case of the commuted pension, these statutory corporation employees are also deemed as government employees, and for them it is fully exempt. That is, it is fully exempt. But if you are a non-government employee, then there has to be a classification that whether you are receiving gratuity or not. तो दो तरह के एम्प्लॉयज़ क्लासिफाई किए गए, वो जिन्होंने ग्रेचुटी रिसीव करी और एक वो जिन्होंने ग्रेचुटी नहीं रिसीव करी. जिन्होंने ग्रेचुटी रिसीव नहीं करी और जिन्होंने ग्रेचुटी रिसीव करी. तो जैसे हमारे एग्जाम्पल में ग्रेचुटी का कोई डाटा नहीं है और एम्प्लॉयमेंट के बारे में कोई इन्फॉर्मेशन नहीं है, सो वी विल फॉल अंडर दिस कैटेगरी, दैट इज नॉट रिसीविंग ग्रेचुटी. और अगर क्वेश्चन में ग्रेचुटी होती, देन वी कुड हैव फॉलन अंडर द रिसीविंग ग्रेचुटी ऑप्शन, बिकॉज इन बोथ द केसेस इट इज नॉन गवर्नमेंट एम्प्लॉय. So the exemption for both of them is similar, that some part, now how much part is this? Some part of the commuted value, that is the language for both is same, only difference is how much part is to be made exempt. That part I will speak again. Some part of the commuted value of that pension that you are normally entitled to receive is exempt. What I am saying कि जितनी पेंशन आपको मिलनी चाहिए थी, यानी कि जो 100% पेंशन है, अगर 100% पेंशन कम्यूट हो जाती, तो दिस इज अ मार्क टू नो दैट आइडियली नॉन गवर्नमेंट एम्प्लॉयज कैन नॉट कम्यूट देयर 100% pension. So I repeat it again, 100% pension cannot be commuted because that dissolves, liquidates the basic purpose of the concept of pension, because the concept of pension focuses on certain periodic payments regularly for the employee. So you can never commute the 100% pension and go pension free for the whole of the life and get lump sum in the beginning. Some part can always be commuted, and that some part depends upon the mutual choice of the employer and the employee. So if you cannot commute the 100% pension, but arbitrarily there can always be a figure कि अभी आपने किसी ने 40% कम्यूट कराया, किसी ने 75% कम्यूट कराया, किसी ने 50% कम्यूट कराया. बट अगर 100% कम्यूट होता, तो जितना पैसा मिलता उस कम्यूटेड वैल्यू का अगर ग्रेचुटी नहीं रिसीव हो रही है तो उसका हाफ एग्जेम्प्ट है, और अगर ग्रेचुटी रिसीव हो रही है तो उसका 1/3 एग्जेम्प्ट। यानी कि हमारे एग्जाम्पल में जो हमारी कम्यूटेड, इस जो क्वेश्चन ने ऊपर डाटा क्रिएट किया, जो उस क्वेश्चन में जो कम्यूटेड पेंशन है, बिकॉज जो मैंने यहाँ बोला ये लॉ है, इसको ज़्यादा अच्छा इंटरप्रेट कर पाएंगे अगर मैं इसे एग्जाम्पल के साथ एक्सप्लेन करूँ। सो कीपिंग फॉरवर्ड विद द एग्जाम्पल एज रिटन अबव, कम्यूटेड पेंशन जो आपकी रिसीव्ड थी वो 7,50,000 थी। अब अगर आप गवर्नमेंट एम्प्लॉय हैं एज डिस्कस्ड अबव, तो इट इज फुल्ली एग्जेम्प्ट, इट इज फुल्ली एग्जेम्प्ट, हैंस जीरो टैक्सेबिलिटी। तो कम्यूटेड पेंशन के बिहाफ पर कोई टैक्सेबिलिटी नहीं है, हैंस जो ग्रॉस सैलरी है दैट विल बी बेसिक सैलरी, that will be commuted pension, and zero on part of the commuted pension, and that becomes the gross salary. But if we go to the non-government part, तो gratuity मिली या gratuity नहीं मिली, तो उस केस में ये जो ग्रॉस सैलरी वाला पार्ट है, जब आप इसको कैलकुलेट करेंगे तो दिस विल बी 315, दिस विल बी 315, सेम बेसिक सैलरी है, कम्यूटेड पेंशन की टैक्सेबिलिटी सेम है, लेकिन कम्यूटेड पेंशन की टैक्सेबिलिटी में फ़र्क आएगा। तो बेसिक सैलरी सेम है, अनकम्यूटेड पेंशन की टैक्सेबिलिटी सेम है, डिफरेंस कहाँ आएगा कम्यूटेड पेंशन पे, और वो कैलकुलेट करने के लिए आपको क्या बनाना पड़ेगा, एक वर्किंग नोट। ठीक है, तो यहाँ अगर मैं वो वर्किंग नोट क्रिएट करूँ तो आपने यहाँ 3/4 यानी कि 75% कम्यूट कराया और 7,50,000 मिला। तो बाई यूजिंग द यूनिटरी मेथड कि अगर 3/4 पे 7,50,000 मिला है तो 100% पे द वैल्यू दैट शुड हैव बीन रिसीव्ड और दैट कुड हैव बीन रिसीव्ड, or I can write 7,50,000 into 4/3. So that figure by using unitary method will come out to be 10 lakhs. It denotes that is this is the commuted value of 100% pension. So the how much part you commute in that proportion you are getting. तो यहाँ 3/4 कम्यूट कराया तो आपको 7.5 लैक्स मिला। अगर आपने 50% कम्यूट कराया होता तो आपको 5 लाख रुपए मिलते हैं। अगर आपने 40% कम्यूट कराया होता तो आपको 4 लाख रुपए मिलते हैं, एंड सो ऑन। सो व्हाट आई एम सेइंग कि इस वैल्यू को कैलकुलेट करने के बाद या तो इसका हाफ एग्जेम्प्ट है या इसका 1/3 एग्जेम्प्ट। तो जिन लोगों को ग्रेचुटी नहीं मिली वहाँ 10 लैक्स का हाफ 5 लैक्स आता है। तो यहाँ पर 7,50,000 में से 5 लाख रुपीज़ आपके एग्जेम्प्ट हो जाएंगे और 2,50,000 रुपीज़ टैक्सेबल हो जाएंगे। दैट इज 5,87,500 बिकम्स योर ग्रॉस सैलरी। दैट इज यहाँ टैक्सेबिलिटी 0 थी क्योंकि 100% एग्जाम्पशन थी। यहाँ एग्जाम्पशन 5 लाख रुपीज़ है इसलिए टैक्सेबिलिटी क्रिएट हो गई। और अगर ये ग्रेचुटी रिसीव कर रहा होता तो 10 लाख का 1/3 अगर आप करेंगे तो दैट कम्स आउट टू बी 3333.33। तो डेसिमल्स को अगर इग्नोर कर दिया तो दिस मच पार्ट इज एग्जेम्प्ट, यानी कि इस वाले केस में 7,50,000 में से this 33333 will be exempt and the balance that is 416,667 will be taxable, and the total answer will now be कि अगर आप इसके अंदर ये फिगर को जोड़ोगे तो this will be 7, that will be 6, 6 और 5 का 1, 1 और 6 7, 7 7 4, 1 5, and so what you are seeing that the the exemption is decreasing. In case of government employees, it was 100% exempt. In case of non-government employees, but they were not receiving gratuity, so the commuted pension was their only source of lump sum payment to get for their retired life. That is why the exemption is more and the taxability is less, which saves or which creates benefit for the retiring employees. but you are also receiving the gratuity, then you are richer as compared to this person, and hence the exemption has been reduced from 5 lakhs to 33333. तो here I can write कि पूरे 7.5 लाख में से 7.5 लाख रुपए पूरे एग्जाम्प्ट हो गए. तो यहाँ एग्जामेशन कुछ थी, यहाँ एग्जामेशन और कम हो गई, यहाँ एग्जामेशन और कम हो गई, जिससे टैक्सेबिलिटी बढ़ गई, यानी कि टैक्सेबल सैलरी आपकी बढ़ती जा रही है. तो टैक्सेबिलिटी इंक्रीजेस. तो दैट इज हाउ Section 10 has provided exemption for commuted pension. So this exemption on part of commutation is also a reason that people are normally willing to commute their pension, because if they receive it monthly, then it becomes fully taxable. So what is happening, that one third is to be exempt. तो normally जितने लोग corporate sector में काम कर रहे हैं, they enjoy the benefit of gratuity as well as the pension, and therefore when they commute such pension, it must be up to one third of the total value. So what people normally do, because they understand that if they commute more than the one third part, then the balance will be taxable, so they commute the one third part and receive the balance monthly, and in that way their taxability of the commuted pension is denied, because whatever they commute, that becomes wholly exempt, and that is why people can plan their tax liability. So if you understand कि gratuity and pension, they are one of the most prevalent and commonly available retirement benefits to the employees along with the provident fund. So we will discuss provident fund in the sessions to come, and then these are the major retirement benefits which every employee is more or less enjoying as per the applicable labor laws, subject to the condition that his organization is covered by those laws, and therefore labor laws are a social welfare scheme creators, because if they are not there, then such benefits may not be available with the employees. So I hope this session on the taxability of the pension was of use for you, and I hope to see you again on this platform. Once again, thank you very much. This is Deepak Gupta.